Hey guys, and welcome to a video all about why I am in Australia. So I've mentioned a few times that I'm heading to Australia, and here I am, arrived. I've been here a week and I'm currently in hotel quarantine. So let me tell you a bit about why I'm here. If you guys don't know, I was actually in Australia last winter as well. Well, Irish winter, Australian spring, summer. To work. I am a vet. So last year I came over here and I did a 6-month internship before heading back to Ireland and then working in Ireland for the breeding season there. I'm now coming back again for the breeding season here, and I am actually going to the same clinic that I was at before. It's in Bendigo in Victoria, Australia. So this time I'm obviously not doing an internship. I am working there as an associate vet, so I'll be doing calls and all sorts of vet stuff. I actually will be doing a lot of stud work this season, which I'm really excited about. I did a lot of scanning and breeding and that in Ireland just over the last few months. So I'm excited to do more of that. That's definitely where my main interest lies, although I really do enjoy like most aspects of equine veterinary. Should probably add that it is an equine veterinary clinic. I'm an equine vet, I only do horses. So yeah, I'm really excited to be going back to the clinic that I was in. I made such good friends. They're just the nicest people there. I can't believe how lucky I got, to be honest, because I didn't know them at all before I went last year. I did talk to one person who worked for them a couple of years prior and she loved the job, so yeah, I just took the risk. I saw that they advertised the job and I applied, and yeah, got the internship and then headed over there. So yeah, it was a pretty big jump, big leap just to fly halfway around the world to a place you've never been. And I just done a Zoom interview. So that all worked out brilliantly, and then nearing the end of my internship we kind of talked about staying on or coming back, because I honestly, if I didn't have horses, I would have stayed. I would have just finished my internship and then stayed on as a vet, because I really loved it so much. I love the area and everything, and at the time Australia was not very locked down and Ireland was very locked down. So I was like going home to like loads of COVID restrictions and stuff. So I wasn't really looking forward to that. But obviously I had the mares that were gonna foal and I have the boys to ride at home. So really I had to go back for them. But we did agree before I left that I would come back this season. So yeah, I went home, foaled the mares, did all that, and then we kind of stayed in contact over the summer in Ireland, and then agreed and worked out that I would come back for sure. So now I am back in Australia, except Ireland is like almost out of lockdown. Like there aren't so many restrictions, especially if you're vaccinated, and Australia has just had another outbreak. So things aren't so good here. But anyway, I'm sure I'll survive, and hopefully it'll all kind of get sorted again. So I will be here for 6 months again, just the breeding season, the busiest season, and then once that starts to quieten off, I will be flying home in the start of March. So what are the plans for the boys at home and the foals and everything? Basically they're just going to live out in the field and do absolutely nothing. My dad is very kindly looking after them for me and making sure they're all right and getting their feet done when they need and feeding them. I actually did out a whole document for him about where the horses need to go and what fields to put them in and what to feed them and what rugs to put on them and when they need the farrier and when they need to be wormed and when they need to be weaned. There was quite a lot. I do feel quite guilty about leaving my poor dad with all that work. He says he doesn't mind, but I do feel quite bad. So yeah, basically they're just going to be on a big break, and then when I come back to Ireland in March, I'll bring the boys back into work and compete them all summer and all that, and then the foals will be weaned by the time I get home. They're going to get weaned around November time, but I my friend is helping my dad wean them and everything, so it'll be all right. I didn't leave that completely just to him. And then yeah, when I get back, hopefully soon after I get back, the mares will be foaling. So yeah, nothing really happens in Ireland over winter anyway. It's very miserable and grey and rainy, so you can't really do a huge amount. So yeah, they'll just relax and chill in the field. What will I do for a horse while I'm here is very exciting, because as you may know, last year I rode a horse called Diva. Yeah, her owner is named Andrew, and he was just, oh my god, I was so lucky to meet them. Like, they're another people I just was so sad to leave. They're just so welcoming, and they basically just adopted me as their third child. So yeah, very, very, very lucky to have met them. So Diva is still with Andrew. They actually just went to an event last weekend and came second, because they're such legends. And yeah, I won't be taking Diva off Andrew this time, because I think they're going too well, and it wouldn't be fair for me to steal her away. So actually this year I'm going to be buying a horse and then selling it when I leave. So very excited about that. Obviously it's a bit of a risk, because if I can't sell it in time for me to leave, what do I do then? But I won't be spending a huge amount of money on this horse. It'll be quite affordable. So yeah, I've surely managed to sell it for something. You know, home is kind of more important for me with this horse. I'm not really in it to make a huge amount of money or anything. So yeah, hopefully I'll just find the horse a nice home at the end of it, because I'm actually going to be getting an off-the-track thoroughbred. I was planning on getting one off the track, because obviously at work we have a load of thoroughbred trainers that come in, and even when I was there last year, like, so many of them offered me a horse. But I had to say no, because I was like, didn't really, you know, I didn't know the area well, and by the time I got settled in, I didn't have that long left. So yeah, I was planning on just getting something like that, something that's had a bit of a spell, so I could not have to wait like a few months for it to, you know, be let down and stuff. But then I was like, oh, do I realistically have time to retrain and then get out to shows and then sell a horse in 6 months? Like, that is quite tight. So then I was looking for horses that were off the track but had like a few weeks even just training, you know, done a little bit, and there are lots of them around. So I've just been looking over my 2 weeks in quarantine, kind of keeping my eye out, got an idea of prices. I have found one place who kind of deals them, like has a lot in and out, and they have contacts with a lot of trainers and get lots of thoroughbreds in and then resell them on. So I've contacted them, and they're going to keep an eye out for me for something suitable. And yeah, hopefully I'll go and view a few of them pretty soon after I arrive and pick one up. Yeah, it's such a difference to last year. For example, I've already organised that I'm going to adjust the horse at Andrew's. Adjustment is a livery for people in like Ireland, England. In Australia they call it adjustment, I don't know why. And I'll obviously bar his float, which is a horse box for people in Ireland. I don't know why they call it a float in Australia, it's a weird name. So I'm gonna bar his float and go and get the horse, and like things like that. I just already have all those contacts and stuff, whereas when I arrived in Australia last year, I had no idea. I'd never even heard of Bendigo, so I think that says it all. So yeah, super excited. Gonna be getting a horse, gonna hopefully go to some shows. I'm gonna try eventing, guys. Yeah, eventing. I'm gonna do eventing. I'm gonna become an eventer. I'm channeling my inner Meg Elphick. I've already told her that I'm gonna be asking her for loads of advice, so she's up for it. So hopefully she can help me with my dressage, because I think I've done like one actual dressage test in my entire life, like an actual show. I know, maybe I did like 2. So that'll be very interesting. So hopefully I'll take you guys along on that journey. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'll take you along to view the horses, like bring you along on the journey. So hopefully that's very exciting. What else should I tell you? I'll tell you about quarantine. Quarantine hasn't been great this year. Last year it was so fine, like it was like grand, you know, just chilled out for a bit, ate my meals, blah, blah, blah. This year, there's just like two main things that are really putting a damper on it. And one of them I fixed today. Halfway through my quarantine, I finally fixed it. Well, the first thing that I can't fix is what's outside the window, because there is huge buildings all around and I never get any sun. I have do you see I have like every light in the room on right now and it's still like dark. Yeah, it's just really, really dark room. It's pretty similar lighting all day and night long, which has made my jet lag quite difficult to get over because it's just so dark and gloomy all the time. I'm just like, oh, maybe I'll just sleep. I'm like, no, it's 12 o'clock in the middle of the day, you can't sleep. So yeah, that's just been a bit rubbish, but obviously can't really fix that. Can't really go and knock down that big office building. But yeah, I'm kind of just getting over it. Well, I was getting over it until there's like a group Facebook page for everyone that's in hotel quarantine, and someone had the audacity to post a picture of the view out their window, which is obviously, I don't know what side of the building it must be, but they have like gorgeous, like all the sky and like a view of the city, and like they get like gorgeous sunlight, and someone else has a balcony. So I'm not over it anymore, actually. I was kind of over it because I was like, nothing they can do, you know, it's just where the building is. No, other people have amazing views. Anyway, no, I am really over it. Kind of. Yeah, the second issue was that my meals were so cold. It's so grim. Like, has anyone ever eaten like a cold curry? Ugh, so grim. And all my meals were cold, and I kept ringing them. Well, no, I only rang them twice. Be like, guys, like my meals are really cold. And they were like, oh yeah, right, it's just like kind of difficult, you know, it's just the way the whole quarantine's organized. I was like, guys, I'm paying $3,000 to be here. So I was like, guys, if you cannot give me a hot meal for $3,000, I'm gonna be very disappointed. I hope I'm not sounding like a diva, guys, but like cold pasta. The cold pasta actually wasn't that bad because you can kind of eat pasta cold. But it's like the cold curries, they're so grim. And what else was there? A cold burger. Yeah, oh, and then the omelets. We get like an omelet every second day for breakfast, and like they're cold, but they're also soggy because they're put in a lunchbox. And you know when you put something hot in a lunchbox and all the condensation, and then the lunchbox, like the plastic gets all wet, and then if you let it cool down, all the wet kind of drops back onto the, yeah, it was a wet, cold, soggy omelette. So yeah, I don't really eat them anymore, but they do give us cereal as well, so a cereal is like more than enough for me for breakfast anyway. I then rang down today and was like, hi guys, any chance I can actually have a microwave? And they were like, oh, do you not have a microwave? I was like, no, I don't have a microwave. So they thought I had a microwave the whole time when I didn't. So they're gonna give me a microwave today, and I'm gonna heat up my meals, and I'm so excited. I've not had a hot meal in a week. I'm so excited. So anyway, that was my little rant for today. This is it. No more ranting, I promise. I'm sorry for complaining. I know people have it worse. Anyway, so hotel quarantine has been grand other than those two things. Like my room is bigger than last year, which is nice. Yeah, not really much more to say. You know, I just lie in bed a lot. I've been doing some studying. I've been listening to some webinars because I'm a nerd. And yeah, and then reading some books and watching some YouTube and all that good stuff. So that's what I've been doing to keep busy, but I'm very excited to get out. I'm very excited. Yeah, anything else? I don't think so. I can't think of anything else to tell you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will answer them. The next video you see will be the tack room makeover. I know guys, it's finally coming. I'm proud of myself. It only took about 4 months since I've done up the tack room, but I'm finally getting the video out to you guys. It's gonna happen. So I'm going to try and upload every Wednesday and Saturday, but we'll see if that happens. Also with the time zones, it's very confusing because like Wednesday morning is Tuesday night. Wednesday morning here is like Tuesday night in Ireland, so I get kind of confused with the days, but it will be around that. And I'm gonna try and do a schedule. Like I'm gonna try and make this regular, maybe like every Saturday for sure, and then possibly a bonus on Wednesday. Oh, but if I go to shows, then I can't get them out on Saturdays. Anyway, we're thinking Wednesday, Saturday. Let me know what you think. Okay, I'll see you next video, guys. Bye.